everyone, and welcome back to Empkin Gardening. Today we are in our driveway bed and we're going to be adding two perennials. One is new, one we already have in here. So we're adding two perennials today. Our driveway bed, our goal with it was for all of these plants to be drought tolerant, just because it's in a location that can be more cumbersome to water daily. So we wanted to make sure the plants and the selections that we put in this bed would be okay if they were not watered consistently. So all of these plants that are in the driveway bed already are drought tolerant, and we're going to be adding two more. Starting with our Cat's Pajamas Nepeta. So this is a proven winners perennial. This is a zone 3 through 8, and we garden in a zone 6. So a good rule of thumb when you're thinking about perennials is to make sure whatever perennial you are putting in your garden is 2 zones lower than your current growing zone. That way it assures that they're going to be very tough and winter hardy and survive whatever comes their way. So we garden in a 6. This goes down to a zone 3, so it's perfect, super winter hardy. And it gets pretty small. It only gets about a little over a foot tall and a little bit over 1.5 feet wide. So it's nice to be up front, tucked more forward in the garden bed. Like I said, it is drought tolerant. It's also heat tolerant, which is wonderful in the summer. And the blooms on the Cat's Pajamas Nepeta are a little bit different than, let's say, perennial salvia, which have the bloom stalks that kind of go up from the plant. We did do a shear back in a previous video with the Nepeta, which it prefers midsummer to do a shear back. But what you're going to see when this does start reblooming is that the blooms start a lot lower on the stalk. So what ends up happening, and I'll throw a picture up, you get these blooms that start almost from like the base of the plant and go all the way up. And the Cat's Pajamas is like this beautiful indigo blue color. And even the calyx are like this kind of lighter purplish color. So even when it's out of bloom, it still kind of looks like it's in bloom. So we are going to be actually planting 2 Cat's Pajamas Nepeta in this bed. So the second perennial we're planting is actually another red hot poker. This is a solar flares poker. The ones that we have in the bed already are flash point, and those are these ones right here. They have that beautiful yellow bloom that kind of opens up at the base as it travels. And again, they are really drought tolerant. Both of these are pollinator attractors for bees, hummingbirds, and butterflies. They're also resistant, both of these are resistant to deers and rabbits. We don't have a lot of deers in a downtown growing setting, but I'm sure some of you do deal with deers and rabbits. We do have some bunnies. We do have a little bit of bunnies. Anyway, so the solar flares, it gets pretty big. It gets about 3.5 feet tall. The bloom stalks will get 3.5 feet tall, and it will spread out about 2.5 feet wide. So this plant does get pretty big. However, it's only a zone 5 through 9. So we have to be very cognizant of how we winter it over. So it is not those 2 zones lower than our growing zone 6. It only goes down to a 5. So when you choose plants like that, you are taking a risk of them not coming back. And one of our flash points did not come back this season. How you can remedy that is to make sure you're mulching in the winter, like make sure you put a lot of that leaf mulch on top and just hope that the elements in the weather don't blow and move it away from what you're trying to protect. But as long as you're mulching, it should come back okay. But again, just be aware if it's not those 2 growing zones down, it may not, depending on your winter, it may not come back. So hopefully this one does. This one's out of bloom right now, so I wanted to make sure you saw what it would look like. The solar flare is very close to the flash point. I would say it's a little bit more of a saturated yellow as opposed to like a lighter yellow from the flash point. This is going to be a really easy project. We're just going to use our auger. We're going to aug the holes, put a little bit of fresh soil in, biotone, put the plants in, cover it up, new soil on top, and then we're good to go. Let's plant. That was super easy. We're excited to have additional purples and yellows in this driveway bed. That's our color scheme for this bed. And add in plants that we know are perennials, that are drought tolerant, heat tolerant, will continuously bloom in the full sun. It's just really excited to have those varieties of plants available to us in our growing zone. So if you liked this video, please put the thumbs up button, and if you have any questions or comments, you can drop them below. Subscribe to our channel for more gardening content, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Bye!